What's going on, all the adoring full-size run fans across the world? I am not Rich Mays Lopez. I am Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
I'm Trinidad James. Dad is in the building.
That's right, we have some special guests. Another unfamiliar face here. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Deboree, director of Unbanned, forthcoming documentary on the AJ1.
And where can the people see Unbanned?
Well, Friday night they can see it at Tribeca Film Festival.
Oh, a very prestigious event. Okay,
Yes.
Is that a black tie type of thing, or what? Do we have to dress up?
As long as you wear J's, you can wear whatever you want.
Oh, wow.
What if we show up in Adidas? Am I good?
We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
We will talk about the film a little bit later on. Before that, we want to hop into some relevant sneaker topics. The first thing we're going to talk about, all these tweets that a frantic Kanye West has sent
Kanye.
out. all these samples and prototypes, a lot of stuff we've never seen before. This one he's calling the 451, although we kind of assume that's probably a typo, right? It has to be 450,
It has
right?
to be the 450.
How do we feel about this sneaker?
Changing the game.
By the way, Dex, do you know anything about sneakers? Be honest with us.
I do.
Okay, you do. If you want to comment on any of these things, or you don't want to comment, feel free. How do we feel about these?
I mean, say how you feel, please.
Dex, tell us.
Yeah, I'm
Please
not.
say how you feel.
Yeah, I'm not
I
feeling
mean,
it.
you got to say how you
You're
feel.
not feeling
I'm
it.
not feeling it.
I mean, it's a prototype, so I mean, you don't have to feel the prototype.
The
You know
sole
what I'm
is
saying?
so aggressive.
I think it looks crazy. It looks like literally like a hand's like coming up and grabbing the upper.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the culture, though. The soul is the culture, though. I mean, it does look
Especially
aggressive.
right now. Especially
Yeah, I
right
mean,
now.
I'm
Everyone's
not
trying
mad
to-
at him for calling this whatever he wants to call it, 450.5. You know what I'm saying?
Would you buy these though?
When it's done and I like it on foot, you never know. Because before I seen the triple S's like on foot, I was like, I don't know
I
about
still
that.
don't know how you rock with that shoe, but
Because I'm a great dresser.
all right. What else?
Gosh, any
What
shoe.
else did we see from Kanye? We saw a new 700. This is kind of in the same vein of that McChicken colorway.
This one actually looks good.
That's
What?
a nice
This
colorway.
looks good?
That's a nice colorway.
looks
for
good
that
to you?
shoe. That's a nice
Yeah,
colorway.
it
No,
looks
this
nice.
is bad.
Yeah, I'm
With the
not feeling
gum sole on it and the yellow upper.
This is
So
bad.
you're just not wearing it at all. Would you wear the
No,
first ones or the original ones?
it. I'm down with the sole. I'm just not down with the color.
I'm with the color.
We have this transparent Yeezy Boost 350 V2. I like these quite a bit. I think the 350 V2 is getting pretty tired. I think we can all agree on that. We'll speak more on that in a bit. But the transparent thing is a cool flip. I'm not mad at this.
When they say transparent, what does that mean? Like you can see your socks through these holes right here?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, okay. That's kind of
Yeah, not
ridiculous.
for,
I'm
this
cool.
one's not for me at all.
I'm out.
No? In general, do we think there's too many 350 V2s now? He posted this shot with all these colorways. Is it time to
Oh, wow.
is it time to retire this sneaker?
We got to head back to the last time you were on the show and you said, Kanye, stop with the stupid colorways.
I mean, even Kanye's new issues like, bro, stop dropping stupid colors. And that's Kanye. Like, stop.
We say the
It's
same shit
Kanye and I
every
love
week.
you.
Thank God
I
someone's
love
saying
you.
it.
glad people
I never speak from a place of malice. I'm only speaking because I love you. Chill with stupid colors.
Right? I did say that. No, I
You're
did.
standing behind that?
I did. No. What they call it? Me seeing this is my, like, you know, really seeing this picture.
Too much.
On the business standpoint, if people like it, the world is way bigger than me. But up to me, it's like, bro, chill.
They just got to be careful about watering this down too much.
Or make the 700. Like, not the 7, make the 750.
Right.
Like, the 750 just disappeared.
Yeah, I think we're not going to see any more 750s.
Dex, how do you feel about this?
I'd cut it down.
You cut it down?
Yeah, it's too many.
But if these were all Air Jordan 1s in these colorways, would you go for it? you think it was a work of art, right?
It's different. Yeah.
Okay, one we I think can all agree that is not good on any level is this Yeezy basketball model that he previewed. We've been hearing about a Yeezy basketball shoe for some time now. This is bad.
This is not a good picture of this shoe. I will tell you, and you
We're
know
going back
this,
to the good picture thing.
this is not a good picture because
Okay.
at the end of the day, well, first of all, it's the only picture we have.
Right,
And this is not a good representation of what this could be.
but it's the one he put out there.
It is what he put out there, but at the same time, this is Kanye West. I know when I seen early prototypes of the Yeezy 1 from Nike, I was like, I don't know what this is. I whatever, and then I finally seen the shoe, and it's one of the best shoes ever made to man.
I'll agree with
So
you.
this right now, no, like, come on, of course not. But when it's done, and
I think it needs a lot of work.
Would you get some buckets in those?
I mean, I got buckets in all type of other shoes. I definitely get buckets in these.
Speaking of it, you put up a clip on your Instagram, which we can flash to. You were balling in CDG Air Max 180s.
Yeah, I did that.
What were you-
Scary moment, scary
What were
time.
you thinking? Were your ankles on notice?
Well, my ankles definitely were aware that we were doing something reckless in life, but I had a great game. or whatever. I wouldn't advise anybody to hoop in these, but hey, a shoe is a shoe.
You didn't get no injuries from
Of
that?
course. I mean, I'm walking. I look beautiful today. I'm good.
All right.
Light running, not heavy aggressive, like going to try out for an AAU team. You're not gonna wear these, but
Something
if you're
I
just
will be
gonna
doing soon.
Hoop with some 33-year-olds at LA Fitness, you're gonna be okay.
You're right. Speaking of people who ball at gyms like that, Nike's bringing back a new version of their Air
That
Monarch.
was quite the transition.
Wow.
I'll give it to you. But
Okay.
Here's the.
that was a
Matt
stretch,
three.
man. But
Yeah, this is what they're calling.
Just barely came through.
They're calling the Nike Techno M2.
Okay.
It is the Monarch. Some people thought this was a John Elliott collaboration. It looks like the Monarch II original dad shoe or second version of it. But do we think that this is hot or we're not fucking with this?
I'm not mad at it for what it is. Like, it's a $100 sneaker, and
You should ask Kanye. What do you think?
if
We'll get to that
people
in a
think it's
second.
cool, that's fine with me. But like, I won't be wearing these. It's too obvious with what's going on right now.
I don't understand how people can honestly wear this shit and like think it's cool. Like I tweeted out the other day, I was on the
Keep in
train.
mind, you are sitting next to a man who wore triple S's on this very show.
Oh, for sure. The dad.
You fuck with this?
I'm a swaggy dad though.
And I was like, it's good I wore these because I know how much people hate them. And I'm sitting next to the guy who hates it the most, so it's like,
What do you feel about this? Let me ask somebody who has no
Okay.
weird ties like
Respectfully,
Respectfully, what do you think?
I wouldn't wear it.
Okay, not even.
Are you
like
a dad?
Black colorway.
I am a dad.
you are a dad, and
It's
this is
over,
not you.
not my
can't,
But this
you
is-
can't co-sign this.
No.
All right, cool.
I get it. It's better than some things, but
fair.
yeah. I wouldn't.
Who did your customs for you, man? I want to ask that question. It's been asked.
Super creep.
Super.
So you're
Yeah,
technically like
right.
the first person to wear fake Jordans or fake sneakers on full size run.
I don't know. Am I?
I mean, I don't know. It's,
Are you calling these
Maybe.
fake?
I wouldn't.
they didn't come out the factory, right?
They're originals. Man. They're not fake. There's
Are custom
real
sneakers
thing.
fake sneakers? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, did Louis Vuitton make that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but-
From that standpoint,
It's a real AJ1 sole
mm-hmm.
with a little bit of Louis Vuitton material.
That's actual Louis Vuitton material?
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I can tell that. Is it fake? To you?
It's not real.
No, tell
So
him.
it's fake then.
Tell him.
Honestly, it's a gray area. I think it's a gray
So it's
area.
fake to you. It passes by me because it's a custom, and he's aware that it's a custom, and he knows who made it.
That's fair.
If he's
but-
aware who made the custom, then it's like okay. If he didn't know who made the custom and just bought it, then you're a bad person.
He's a bad person?
No, you're the person who would buy it. And he knew, he was aware what happened. If he wasn't aware, then you're a bad person.
All right.
There's all moral clauses getting into this.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of a very moral person, Kanye West.
He had something to say about the
Yeah.
Nike Techno too. He's saying Yeezy 700 vibes, insinuating that this very dad shoe was somehow inspired by the 700. I don't
How
see
do you
that.
feel?
I don't see that. Like, to me, the Techno, like, I get that they look similar,
Yeah.
but to me, the Techno is very clearly a reference to the Monarch, which was out well before the 700. I think the 700 is similar, but they come from two different approaches. You know what I mean? And Kanye deleted this, and now he's tweeting all these things about feel free to steal ideas. So who cares? Who cares if they stole the idea anyway, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, Kanye just wanted to like ruffle the feathers because he can. You know, like why not? Like if you're one man and I could put out like 3 words, and this messes up your whole multi-million-dollar, billion-dollar corporation, why not? That's hilarious.
Do you think
agree
Kanye
with-
wants
like-
to tank Nike?
I think that he just wanted to, let them know that I'm on you. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, whose idea is original? Like he said.
Like to
Whose
make
idea
to
is
make
original?
to make it even corny though, like after this, Pete Carroll clapped back at Kanye. Yeah,
The coach?
yeah.
What'd he say?
Because he's big on the Monarchs.
Yeah.
He said like, oh, nice dad shoes, or my dad shoes are way better, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, he'll be all right. If Pete Carroll, Kanye West, it's okay. It's fine.
Let's talk about Welty's favorite subject for a moment. That's Air Jordan.
Yeah, I love Jordan so
Um,
much.
Nice.
What Jordans are we talking about this week? There's the Cactus Jack Air Jordan 4s. Trinidad, how do we
Sheesh.
feel about these? I think these are coming out like June 23rd. is
Travis
the rumored
Scott's
release
Air
date.
Jordan 4.
Yeah.
Well, they say Cactus Jack on the back, and that's amazing. I need to see if this has other lace swaps because I'm not into this with that lace in there. I'm not this. I didn't know that was a speckled blue on the tassels.
Right.
I'm not a fan of that.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I'm like, bro, you got your own Jordan 4. It says Cactus Jack on the back. Cactus Jack has nothing to do with Jordan Brand. So the simple fact that they would allow him to do that,
Right.
that's amazing. This kind of reminds me of the Lobsters from
How do
SB.
you feel about this? Supposed to be a Houston Oilers reference on the shoe?
I'm not mad at that. That's the old jersey from
Yeah.
back in the day. I'm not mad. I love that. Warren Moon played for the old Houston Oilers.
I have
Warren
no
Moon was
idea
the
who that
man.
is. I have no idea.
You have no idea who Warren Moon? See? See? Culture vulture right there.
I will say, I think it waters down his brand a little bit to have just done the Air Force One at the end of last year, and now not a year later he's going to have a Jordan coming out.
brand.
Yeah.
You don't think that's the upgrade?
I mean, I just think it's doing too much. Like if you're, obviously Nike and Jordan are one and the same, but if you're going to align yourself with one silo and then not a year later you're doing something totally different, I just don't get it.
Well, I mean, I would still like you as Brendan if you had that haircut this time and had braids the next time. And you still the same Brendan.
I appreciate
You know what I'm saying?
Kind of look like Justin Timberlake a little bit, right?
His favorite person.
Speaking of culture vultures.
Yeah. Speaking of questionable things, though, here's an Air Jordan 1 that people have some feelings about.
You have very strong feelings about this shoe for sure. When this shoe first came out, you were upset.
I
were upset.
Well, let's talk about why I was upset.
Okay,
I wasn't
so you
mad
agree.
about the sneaker itself. I was mad at the time where Jordan Brand was doing all this product that they weren't releasing.
I don't want to hear Matt
But-
talk about Jordan.
But
1.
here we go. Wait.
At
So
all.
You were mad
That's
then.
not fair to
You were
Jordan.
mad then because they made a sample and they weren't releasing it to the public. And now they're releasing
Well,
it
no,
to
I
the
wasn't mad
public.
about that. I'm mad that they actually made a press release and put it on their website to talk about a sample sneaker.
Okay, the sneaker is released. Are you any less mad at them now for it? Because this is kind of what you
No,
were
they're
saying.
okay with it now. I'm okay with it now, but just I
Do
don't.
you think that they did it because of you?
Yes.
That's the point right there.
Influence, yeah.
The influencer of the year, Matt Wealthy over
Are you
here.
feeling these?
Of course. I'm not from Chicago. I would have the Bulls are my favorite team because of Michael Jordan. And I mean, why not? I like the Scarface Air Force Ones. Why not? What do you feel?
I'm down with
No.
it. I'm down with it.
That's a good shoe, man.
Really cool.
So are you still mad or not? Just
I'm not mad. There's another Air Jordan 1 pack that you might be mad about or you might like.
why would I be mad?
It's called the best hand in the game.
I'm not mad at these. These are very clean.
It's actually a reference to Michael Jordan's gambling.
Oh, your good friend Justin Timberlake had the yellow ones on.
This is kind of like a halfway thing, right? They didn't totally stick with that story. You know, they got.
Would you call it habit or addiction? Is this gambling addiction or gambling?
Oh,
I'll let him talk to his therapist about that. You know, one of them's like about his MVP awards.
Yeah.
One of them's about his like championships and things like that. I don't think the story matters too much on this, but I think they just look nice regardless.
But if we're getting mad about like the picture of all the Yeezys and all the colorways, are we getting mad about this one?
because, well, you can't be because Jordan Brand has already done that Yeezy thing already with 1 million colors or something. They've already done that. Like,
I think it's different too. Like
the yellow is a new color. It's autumn white. I forgot what kind of blue this is.
it's a blue ochre.
Yeah. That's
No,
like-
blue moon. Excuse me.
Blue
excuse me.
moon.
Blue moon, yellow
Yeah,
ochre.
like those are new. I'm not sure about that green thing over there, but this
Green
yellow.
clay.
This is good to me as a person who's like not biased or tied to anybody, or don't
All
like
right.
Justin. I love Justin Timberlake.
All right. Speaking
I think
about
also, I mean, you got such history there that's like, how do you not keep making new colorways?
yeah,
One.
I mean, comparing it to Yeezys that are, how old are they? They're not 30 years
I mean, you can kill anything though. You know what I mean? If you do too much of it.
no, but I agree with Dex on this. Like, I think that the Jordan 1 has got to a point where we're used to seeing it in a bunch of colorways, and that's okay. Kanye West is just not at that point yet. You haven't.
But it's
had
also
that
like a
long
special
stretch.
shoe where you're like, you don't want to treat this like it's like just like, a dunk or an Air
So you're
Force
mad?
One. I'm not mad, are you?
Well, I mean, if you put it like that, well, then I feel like Kanye is doing these colorways to spread his brand. We're not the real consumers no more. We're opinions. We're
You're
big
not out here-
opinions.
You're not out here lining up anymore? Jim?
Come on.
I saw you at finish line in the mall the other day, man.
That's the only line that you'll see me attached to is a finish line.
All right, speaking of biased opinions, we do want to talk about your movie, since we do have you here. Unbanned. Is this a commercial, yes or no?
No.
It's not a commercial.
No.
How involved was Jordan Brand in the making of the film?
Not very. I have a relationship with them. I've had a relationship with them for many years, which is why they
what?
let me do it. I have an agency that does content for them,
Okay.
which is how the story kind of came about. But, I pitched them the idea. They blessed the idea. And early on, we kind of mutually decided that I was going to go and do it on my own. So
Okay.
that it maintained some journalistic integrity.
What's
They
that?
didn't-
Journalist?
It's
Not
this thing where you
familiar.
kind of tell a story, it's not
I'm
biased.
not familiar.
But they did, they didn't see the film until it was done.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
And
knew
was
about
good
it and they
after
knew
seen
certain
it.
things.
It was good after they seen it. It was.
Yeah, they loved it when they first saw it, and
Just like this show.
but there was parts that they were uncomfortable with, just like when
Right.
you hear the truth about yourself.
What were those parts that they didn't like?
You have to see the film.
Is that a spoiler alert?
Yeah. Come
on. We have to ask you though, you interviewed Michael Jordan.
I did.
And what was that like?
It was amazing.
What was he wearing?
He was wearing some Jordan golf shoes, prototypes, because he just came off the golf course.
What was the
Threes?
cut on his pants?
He was wearing shorts.
Okay. Did you have to sign an NDA to talk to Michael Jordan?
No.
That's surprising. That's good.
What did he smell like?
He smelled good. He
He
always
had
smells good.
that cologne on that he has?
Yeah.
With his bald head on the bottle there?
That's a classic.
One of the interesting stories around the Jordan 1 band is that people kind of generally in the know accepted it as a myth that the sneaker was actually banned. We have a guy, who's been on Soul Collector for a long time, Marvin, who wrote this long story kind of breaking down every single instance where he was said to have worn that shoe and basically came to the conclusion that the Airship was the actual banned shoe. Do you touch on that in the movie? How close do we get to taking apart that myth?
Very close. We talked to David Stern,
Okay.
Peter Moore,
Okay.
MJ,
Okay.
everyone involved.
And what did they say?
You have to see the movie. It gets after it, fully gets
Okay.
after it. It reveals it in a way that it's never been revealed.
Okay.
What made you want to do this particular film, if I'm not mistaken? You got like background and like cool stuff that I love, like 007 and other things in a different world. Like what made you want to take your talents basically into sneakers?
Yeah, I'd always heard stories about, the shoe and obviously MJ and like what people felt it was really about. And so I went looking for that and I found it.
But you have some history with the Band 1 as you spoke about before. That
Yeah.
was your first Grail shoe.
One of
so yeah, so I mean, what does this mean to you, knowing that there's a story based, a whole film based on like one of your...
Well, I mean, knowledge, to gain knowledge, I feel that we buy a lot of shoes with no knowledge other than the person that's attached to the shoe. So you buy Jordans because Michael Jordan made it. But just knowledge in general, I'm down to see it, for sure.
As far as, I got to go back to talking to Michael Jordan, who I'm sure will be on the show one day very soon, but
Hit us up.
Tomorrow, I'll get him tomorrow on the line.
we appreciate that.
Come on.
Did you kind of have to work your way up to secure that interview?
How do you mess up a Michael Jordan interview? How
I'll
do
tell you.
mess that up?
I'll tell you how. So we had him scheduled in between these two long meetings that he had. The guy that's with him tells us, each meeting's like 2 hours. So a few minutes before he's getting ready, I got to use the bathroom for like a while. But I'm like, well, shit, MJ's gonna show up.
Yeah.
I can't be in the bathroom when
No.
he shows up.
Take
So
a call with your pants down.
exactly. So I get this text saying, sorry, he just went into the second meeting, so you got 2 hours. So I go to the bathroom.
Seems like enough time.
Yeah, it's plenty.
Yeah,
of time.
right.
So I go in there, handle my business. I come out, room's dark, and I hear MJ talking. My EP and second unit director is sitting in my chair interviewing MJ, and I'm standing on the sideline. And what goes through my head is that same thing of like being an 8-year-old kid, like, I'm getting in trouble in class or I'm fucking up whatever I'm fucking up. Like a split second, I was like, no, fuck that. What would MJ do? So there was a break in the conversation and I just stepped in. My guy got out,
like
slipped
dunked
out.
on him.
So in some
Yeah,
ways,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like
it
the
took-
Michael Jordan of filmmaking.
Yeah, if you want to say that, I'll
And it ended smooth. It was cool.
smooth as hell. Yeah.
Nice.
On the show, we talk about the best and worst things that happen on the internet. I'll say maybe this is the worst thing that I saw. It's something that I felt like I should address.
Okay, now you're definitely mad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this your homeboy. Come on, talk about it.
So
I have no idea.
2 weeks ago, when it was announced that someone who no longer sits in this seat is leaving.
Our former coworker, former friend.
Yes, former friend. He's not your friend anymore.
We'll talk, but not more than need be.
Okay, so when it got announced that Rich was leaving the show, it's Teddy, aka the Boost God,
Who's been a guest on the show?
who's been a guest on the show.
Almost, my man. Thank you for joining us on the
thank
show.
you guys for having
Teddy,
me. Appreciate
real
it.
pleasure,
Yeah,
real
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Yeah, thank you.
Had a tweet about something about him wanting to be the host of Full Size Run if we paid him enough money. He said it's a joke. It's whatever.
Do you believe him? Yes or no?
I wouldn't care to have him in the seat. So
No. But I'm
Is
asking
it
you,
is
this
it your man's though?
a
Is he
joke.
your boy?
No.
Okay, but he's been a guest on this show.
He was a guest on the show. I don't have
Right.
any problems with the guy. I think you guys have been going back and forth.
Anyways.
we should. He said also at one point that he thought he would never be welcome back in the building. That's wrong, Teddy. If you want to come on the show again, we'd be happy.
We could
to
talk about it. We could talk it out, but I made a joke,
Right.
which happens a lot. It has nothing to do with this in general. There's a lot of people in this world who will go on rant saying, fuck Complex. And then all of a sudden, when there's an opening at Complex, they're like, yo, y'all hiring?
But so do you genuinely believe, yes or no, that he was joking when he said?
I mean, I don't care. It's just like if I'm like, fuck Jordan
Oh,
Brand.
I don't care. I tell you.
But it's like whatever.
This guy.
There were other people who were saying shit anyways. It wasn't targeted at one person, right? He comes out and funny you can't take this joke. Pretty sure I'm good. He made a YouTube video
wow.
about it. Made another YouTube video, mention my name again.
Y'all about
He
to
made-
have a sneaker battle in
Did he mention
Tribeca.
my name?
Oh. Okay.
He said he's okay with you, and,
Oh.
and also the funny part is he said he tried to call me out and say that
Well, it sounds like.
Anyways,
Teddy and
hold
I
on.
are
Let me
good.
fucking
I don't
talk.
know, I mean-
Let me talk. But what had happened is he said he was on the show previously and was like, "Oh, Welty was nowhere to be found. Like I'm a little fucking scared person," which I am not. But the truth of the matter is I was not part of the full-time show roster at the time, so I wasn't on the show.
That's true.
If you want to,
You got smoke. He wants smoke.
If you want to sit here, you know, like,
Hey man, you bringing my boy Dexton into all this violence in your life? Man?
come on down.
Oh,
I think
man.
the closing point on that is whatever's going on with you and Teddy. Clearly not me and Teddy, because as you can tell, we're the best of friends. We would love to discuss it on the show.
Yes.
Are we done?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I want to
sure?
talk about
Exactly. Are you sure? I'm about to
my
say.
best thing of the week is this poor teenager in Australia who got bit in the face.
This is the best
This
thing.
is the best thing. This poor teenager
No.
in
Here's,
Australia.
okay. Here's what happened. A young man by the name of Declan, 13 years old, in Australia, was at a mall. These guys ran up on him to steal his TNs, because they love TNs in Australia. It turns out the TNs were fake.
Nice.
First of all, they bit him on the face. There's like a photo of him in the article with this big
Bite mark.
bruise on his. And the best thing is, aside from this being the most absurd story on so many levels, is that this came right after Foot Locker released its special TN shark-inspired pack before the bite, after the bite.
Oh, wow.
And if this wasn't a brilliant moment of branded content, I'm upset.
You think that this is actually a marketing campaign?
If it is, I'm so
So
impressed.
Nike Australia gonna send some people to bite you in the face when they drop your shoes. That's who needs to run your company right there, Brendan.
I'm
okay?
saying. All right.
Real marketing. Come on, Complex. Give this man a raise.
Every week here at Full Size Run, we talk about our cop and drops of the week. I'm taking a page out of Matt Welty's book here,
Hey.
the Adidas Commando. I've been waiting for this
These
shoe
are nice.
a minute. I think this
Already
is
got
basically
mine.
okay. Welty already has his. I think this is what the Pro Fear should have been.
Yeah.
This is like a lot more tasteful and maybe not so exaggerated. We were talking about how the soul stuff is kind of out of control
Okay.
these days, except for Soul Collector still on point.
Hey.
But this is better. This is more measured to me. I might go out and buy these. Although I don't know why they put
Quotes?
the quotes on the thing.
Yeah.
That's a little.
It's upside down because it's German. But either way, my drop of the week that you can agree with me.
Our drop.
Our drop
You guys are
Yeah.
teaming up on this one.
is the
Yeah.
Mellow 9. It's celebrating his championship at Syracuse.
I like these. I don't know.
I think it's kind of funny that if you have a signature athlete and you still have to celebrate his championships from college because he hasn't won any championships.
Maybe it's a foreshadow, though.
as a
Well,
professional.
Also, it's a
Maybe
Jordan.
It's a
So
foreshadow.
Well, that is your reason for not liking it. I'm passing on it because like you can't make the Ben 9s and then call these the Mellow 9s. Like that. I mean, you can't pull wool over my eyes.
Right.
You can't do that. Like,
you really think the Oklahoma City Thunder can win the championship this year?
anything is possible.
Yeah,
What do you
it's
mean?
possible.
The Pelicans just beat the Blazers 4-0.
that was rough. All right.
What
all
do you
right.
mean?
Before we get out of here, guys, we do always like to dip into our mailbag. People had a lot to say about
Yep.
our former co-host and friend departing, and they had some suggestions as to
Here comes the hate.
what we should have done instead. We have Grant Jackson says, wish it was Welty. I'm devastated. That's 5 thumbs up. Shady J says, was really hoping it'd be Welty. 1 thumbs up. We have Anthony Miller.
Why couldn't it be?
To be fair,
He has no sleeves though.
he's wearing a sleeveless hoodie and ripped jeans, so
He's not your man.
no.
For sure.
Anthony Miller over here got 40 thumbs up with they should get rid of Welty, TBH. Welty is still here.
Yeah.
Welty's not going anywhere for the time being. Also, in addition to these, we did know all the comments that were happy that I was sticking around and all the young ladies who, kind of appreciated that. And
Really, Teddy sent all these from different accounts. That's what happened there.
I can't wait to see the comments this week.
all right. Anyways, as you can see, Full Size Run is back. We're not going anywhere. Welty's not going anywhere. This was
yet,
Full
right?
Size Run. I'm Brendan Dunn.
I'm Matt Welty from Complex Sneakers.
I'm Trinidad James. Dad is in the building.
And our guest,
Dex Deboree.
we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.